Man convicted of raping women he met on Craigslist by posing as a U.S. Marshal learns his fate today. KAKE's Cal Thompson here now with more on that. Cal.
Susan, David Gage will turn 52-year-old tomorrow. He said today in court he probably will not live to see his freedom again.
In all probability, Your Honor, this is a death sentence for me.
David Gage will spend the next 29 years in prison for the rape of 3 women he met online. At times, he became emotional, asking for mercy.
I don't use this as an excuse, Your Honor. What happens to my daughters?
Prosecutors say it began last year on what used to be the erotic services section of Craigslist. Women offering themselves as escorts would meet Gage at motels like this one. That's when police say he'd flash a fake badge and gun, telling his victims they'd be arrested if they didn't have sex. In one case, prosecutors say he handcuffed a woman and took photos of her naked.
Absolutely, they were in professions that exposed themselves to bad things happening. That doesn't give him the right to be their judge.
Gage was also arrested in 1998 for soliciting an undercover officer. He was once in the military and a graduate of the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center, though he hadn't served in years.
You have disgraced your former occupation.
Gage claims the victims lied during trial and believes they were not charged with prostitution in exchange for testimony. Prosecutors and detectives say no such deals were ever made. Gage plans to appeal his case.
I have to accept what the jury found me guilty of. I may not agree with it, but I have to accept it, and I have to move to the next step.
Investigators say it's possible there are other victims still out there who haven't come forward, and that those who did were at first very skeptical because they believed Gage was a legitimate member of law enforcement. Since this case, and under pressure from across the country, Craigslist has deleted its erotic services section.